Hey guys, it's Skier, and what you're looking at right now is my setup with the lights off in my room, so you can see the LEDs. The AC just clicked on, hopefully that's not an issue. But, so I have RGB LEDs, because that's, of course, the most important part that makes me good at PvP, am I right? I'm kidding, I'm not a PvP channel, but, let me go turn the lights on so I can fully show you the setup. So right here on the left, the first thing is the iMac that I use as a storage NAS, so network addressable storage, and I have 25 terabytes attached to it. Don't ask why, but I do. I would have 28, but this dude is a bit dead. I'm going to run data recovery on it at some point. Just bring it to the local computer store. They can probably help me. But in terms of specs, this thing has 24 gigs, 1600 megahertz RAM. Yeah, DDR3 has 4770K. And just things like that. A GTX1080. No. Yeah, 780. Things like that. And then these drives are all just like standard Seagate commercial drives. Actually, they're like probably home. But moving on to the main like setup here, I of course have 4 monitors because, you know, why not? This is a 144 hertz 1080p 1 millisecond panel. This is my old main monitor, but hey, here, look at Staple. Hi, buddy. It's not actually him. Who is it? Prime something Pop. I don't know. But this is a 4K 60 hertz Gsync panel, and sitting right on top of it is a Logitech 1080p webcam that I've used a few times for a few things. Over here, this is just a random 1440p monitor that I use. It's actually running the public mod right now. Hype for that if it eventually, you know, comes out. Maybe. And then this stuff over here is, well, what am I saying? That TV is a 1080p TV. So moving on to my desk here, we have my MacBook Pro, which is actually gigabit Ethernetted over to the storage server because I'm currently backing it up. I have my AirPods, which I would actually recommend, and the Apple Watch. You could call me an Apple fanboy if you want. There we go. We can get this memeable right here. Let me just struggle to open this with one hand. There you go. Apple's my thing. iMac. Yes, I do have myself as a desktop background because the graphic artist that made it is absolutely amazing. Look at that. So amazing. But, so this is a 2013 thing. Let me get it open. It's gonna make me, alright, so I have it open, and here are the specs. Let's see, running Sierra. Yeah, you can pause the video if you want the specs. Hype. Tupa needs help with something, I don't know. But in the background of it is actually skier.club. It's the new look of it. It's called a Minefield. Very, very clean and good look. I've been working on it with Semex and Tupai for a little bit. Here's a little sneak peek. If you can imagine code as HTML, there you go. But we're gonna close this and reveal behind it that we have a Ars Technica 2035, which I'm in the process of returning. Same thing with this dude because like XLR isn't really worth it for $350. It's pretty broken, so I just use my Blue Yeti here. I don't have the pop filter on right now because I just like moved it off, but like. Boom. Very good system. Shove that back in the drawer. So I have like an arm that I put everything on, you know. I have a subscribe button. I forgot to mention that. I bought it at VidCon. Very good purchase. Now, moving on to here. This is the Black Widow Chroma Stealth, like 2015 or 14, I don't know. But it's on the process of breaking. I hear Windows. Skier, 42 ping. I'm a pinger, guys. But yeah. And then my mouse is the Razer Death Adder. Now, for those of you wondering, you're saying, Skier, your mouse isn't broken. Really? Because, like, if I click anywhere in here, it doesn't actually register a click. Click? No. No. Until I click in certain spots. Like, right up here is where I can click. Anywhere down here doesn't actually register the click. I can click as much as I want on it. It's not going to register a click. Alright, that's what I mean by it's broken. Here is my actual tower. Now, this thing has a 7820K, which is an 8-core, 16-thread Intel CPU running Skylake X at 4.6 gigahertz. So it has a quite healthy overclock on it, and it's cooled by the Corsair H100i. It's a 240 millimeter rad AIO. And now on the side, you see 64 gigabytes of RGB Ram by, I think, G-Skill, yeah. And it runs at 3,000 megahertz. And below it is a GTX 1080 Founders, which that's about as much GPU as I'll ever need. I don't need to get more than 1,000 FPS in limbo. And then the actual drive situation. So I have two Samsung 850 Evo SSDs. Now one of them I boot off of, and one of them I edit videos on, and one of them is not another one. I have another 3TB mechanical drive. You can see the label there. Now that 3TB drive I record my raw recordings onto, and then they get put onto the SSD for editing because it's nicer to edit and render and do everything on an SSD. And then like I push them off to the storage server when they're done, because that's just like gigabit Ethernet. I actually show you here. This thing here, I don't know, you can go look up this switch. Oh god, low power mode, enable. My phone's dying. But yeah, so I have everything gigabit Etherneted. So I have a UPS because, you know, I always get to have UPS. It doesn't actually run my computer. I don't think my computer's in the UPS part. No, it's the drives and the backup server are. Alright, so that has concluded the setup tour. I'll leave you with some nice cinematics of my setup.